One Democratic congressman not only believes that Biden is likely going to lose to Donald Trump in the general election, but he also thinks that it'll be totally fine if Trump wins another term. So this was published in the Bangor Daily News, and it's an opinion piece titled, "Donald Trump is going to win the election and democracy will be just fine." Congressman Jared Golden from the state of Maine is the individual who's making this case, and I'm gonna read a few excerpts from the piece to you, and we'll discuss.
And before you read, I'm shocked this isn't making bigger news. Like Lloyd Doggett came out and said Biden should step down, and he was the first Democratic congressman to say he should step down. It made giant news. This brother's saying, forget Biden stepping down, I'm happy to lose the election. And I think Trump's definitely gonna win, and I don't even mind that much. Why is this not leading the news coverage? It's amazing. And later we'll talk about, imagine if a progressive had wrote
Oh my gosh, I know, that's such a good point. Okay, so let's get to the excerpts because, first of all, we'll include a link to this piece in the description box because you should read the entirety of it. I had to just highlight a few of the excerpts, but the whole thing is ludicrous. With that in mind, he writes, Biden's poor performance in the debate was not a surprise.
Really?
It also didn't rattle me as it has others because the outcome of this election has been clear to me for months. While I don't plan to vote for him, Donald Trump is going to win, and I'm okay with that.
So, okay, we're ripping our hair out here at TYT, telling you that Biden's gonna lose, we're worried about it, we need a new candidate. All the congressmen are yelling at us, everybody in media is yelling at us. Oh, don't tell them. This guy says, oh yeah, I know this entire time, but I didn't say anything. Like, oh, that debate that surprised everybody didn't surprise me. I knew Biden was a mess, but I didn't say anything. And now that everybody knows, I'll come out and tell you. And not only will I tell you, go Trump. My God, if a progressive instead of a corporate Democrat like him had said it, right now they'd be marching that person through the streets of DC going, shame, shame, shame. I'm okay with it. Imagine if AOC or Bernie had said that.
Oh, it gets better. Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team. He writes that Democrats' post-debate hand-wringing is based on the idea that a Trump victory is not just a political loss, but a unique threat to our democracy. I reject that premise. Unlike Biden and many others, I refuse to participate in a campaign to scare voters with the idea that Trump will end our democratic system. So look, I wanna kind of draw a distinction between this guy who very clearly does not mind Trump winning at all, and he's a Democrat, and those who are a little bit concerned with the endless fear mongering that you hear from the Democratic Party. I actually don't find that hyperbole helpful. So again, I want to separate those people who are just trying to bring the temperature down a little bit and stop engaging in hyperbole from this guy who kind of seems to be rooting for Trump in this case, right? He never raised any alarms about how Biden is likely going to lose to Trump, not because he had been successfully gaslit by the Democratic Party. He totally believed that Biden was gonna lose to Trump for months now. He was just okay with it, and he's admitting as such in this piece.
That's right. Look, there's a giant difference between, hey, I'm worried that we're doing this fear mongering that's not going to be effective. Maybe we should be talking about economic issues that actually affect people's lives. I think that's a better strategy. And we're in danger of being the party who cried wolf too many times, etc. Now, in my case, I've told you a million times, in this case, I don't think they're crying wolf. They did a fake elector scheme that I thought was basically a coup attempt, etc. But the Democratic Party does have a history of doing that. So it's different when somebody says, hey, I'm worried about that on behalf of the Democratic Party, most importantly the voters, right? And a guy like this who's like, yay, Trump winning's awesome, who cares? I think it's gonna be great. Like, it's kind of a mask off moment for some corporate Democrats who are like, corporate Democrat, corporate Republican, Trump, who cares? We're all giving the rich whatever they want.
As long as it's not a progressive. Okay,
yeah.
So this is my favorite excerpt from the piece, right? Because he's showing us his whole ass here, okay? He writes, some of Congress's best work in recent years has happened in spite of the president, not because of him. Okay, I'm listening, all right, I'm reading. What's the argument here? A handful of responsible Democrats, including myself and West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, rejected Biden's bloated Build Back Better bill and instead passed a law that supercharged American energy production, so it helped the fossil fuel companies, saved Medicare billions of dollars and reduced the deficit.
Yeah, they don't call them golden for nothing. A lot of oil money went into that statement.
You didn't save Medicare billions of dollars. You had an opportunity to do that by allowing Medicare to simply negotiate pharmaceutical drug prices. But it was specifically politicians like Joe Manchin that whittled that provision down to only allowing Medicare to negotiate the prices of 10 pharmaceutical drugs. How does that exactly save Medicare money? I want to know.
No, Jared Golden is a classic lying corporate Democrat. It was guys just like him who said, no, not for all drugs, not for all drugs. My donors don't want that at all. Oh, I gotta get that sweet big pharma money flowing to me, okay? So what they said was, let's do a trick. Let's pretend we're negotiating drug prices. Let's do it for 10 over the course of like 4 years. Let's do 1 now. And they just keep talking about that 1 and pretending we did it for all of them. So now he's going around saying, you see that, we negotiated drug prices. He's not mentioning it was for 1 frickin' drug, and he did it on behalf of his corporate donors. So, but I appreciate this, in a sense, over the top honesty on the first half of the editorial, basically saying, uniparty, who cares? We're just gonna do corporate tax cuts and deregulation anyway. So I'm perfectly happy to have Trump do that instead of Biden.
I mean, we've always suspected that this was the case with corporate Democrats. Now we have evidence. Now we have someone raising his hand and saying, no, totally. I'm definitely engaging in, as long as it's a corporate Republican, I'm cool with it. Deregulation, tax cuts for the rich, yada, yada,
yeah.
You get the point.
And so last 2 things on that is, one is apparently he thinks Trump's a corporate Republican.
Yeah,
we're gonna be able to play ball with him totally. All that populist shtick is nonsense. What's the thing he did the first time? Giant corporate tax cuts. This guy knows how to play ball and be a team player. He's just another part of the uniparty. He's just tricked the Republicans into thinking he's not.
Yeah, I mean, he says it.
Yeah.
In 2025, I believe Trump is going to be in the White House. Maine's representatives will need to work with him when it benefits Mainers, hold him accountable when it does not, and work independently across the aisle no matter what.
Yeah, and finally, when Bernie was winning against Trump by wide margins, polling way better than Hillary Clinton in 2016, these type of guys said, no, it can't be Bernie. And they didn't mind losing to Trump. Remember, Bernie had a 12-point lead on election day in 2016, and Hillary Clinton lost. So you say, okay, you run a campaign against him, but at least 12 points is a giant cushion. There was an excellent chance he was gonna win. But guys like Jared Golden would rather have Trump than Bernie. Bernie would have never passed a corporate tax cut that was valued at trillions of dollars, that transferred money from the middle class to the richest people in the country. Bernie wouldn't have done that, but Trump did. So corporate Democrats don't mind Trump at all. That's part of why they put up Biden against him. They're like, what difference does it make if we lose? We're gonna get everything the donors want either way. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.